Hey guys, welcome back to another video. And in this video, we are going to be making another art video. But instead of me just drawing something, I'm going to be teaching y'all the difference between symmetrical and asymmetrical. Now, this is a fairly easy thing to do. So a symmetrical object would be something like in this little grid right here. Like all these objects are symmetrical. For example, I have this square right here. Now, what makes an object symmetrical is if you put a line down the middle, well, that's not the middle, but like if you put it down the middle, it is gonna be same on both halves. And even if you have an object going this way, well, that's not the best one, but it's still symmetrical. It's just symmetrical going horizontal. Now there are two lines going. I don't know how to spell it, so I'm just gonna do my best. Horizontal, I'm pretty sure that's spelled wrong, which is when the line goes this way. And then we have another line going vertical, which is when the line goes this way. So this would be vertical. And that's okay. So there are two types. Well, actually, there's a bunch of symmetries. There's for example, if you have this object right here, I don't know quite exactly what it's called, but there's like it's symmetrical this way, and this. Well, they were supposed to go through that little line, but it's symmetrical this way, and that way. So all these, and now we have asymmetrical, which are going to be more organic. And what I mean by organic is what I mean by like, stuff you find in the wild. For example, a rock, like a rock, like right there you have a rock. It has a little dude and it has like that. You can't split this in half and have it be perfectly the same. And then we have stuff like clouds, where it's like that, and then you have a little bump, another little bump, and then another little bump. Even though clouds don't really necessarily look like this. Now, as you can see, this bump over here is more to the left than to the right. So that way, if you do end up cutting it in half right here, it is not perfectly the same because it always has more bump here than it does here. And this one is lower, and that's how you know isn't symmetrical. Now, why do you need to know this? Oh, the reason why you might need this, you might want it to be like, oh, I made a symmetrical art piece, which is going to be something similar to, so for that, I would probably like a circle and have like a, let's see, what's fit in here? Then have like a square inside of that circle. And then I would like add a pattern to it, be like, oh, look at how symmetrical it is. And then be like, oh, hey, that's a symmetrical because it's divided equally into all that. And then you have asymmetrical. Well, the reason you want to know this is in case you're looking for something more organic. For example, well, I guess a person. Actually, let's just draw a rough person right now. It's like right there. I'm gonna just draw a stick figure since that's the fastest one. Like that. It's not asymmetrical. Well, I guess I should put it here. Because if you cut it down this way, it should be equal on this half and this half. But then we have, let me get this eraser over here. Some organic stuff that isn't symmetrical is probably going to be like a tree. Like you have a tree right there, and then like it goes like that. I'm not too good at drawing trees. And then you go like that. And then it might be bigger on this side and that side, and then we like all of this is a leaf. And so then we might be like, oh, okay, that's a tree, but the middle is like right here. So if you go through the middle, this side's gonna be bigger and this side's gonna be shorter. And then we have other things that are asymmetrical. For example, I'm having a little hard time thinking of asymmetrical objects because as humans, we have like the stuff we build is pretty asymmetrical. Well, symmetrical. Well, at least we like to think it is. For example, you have a doorway, and that's pretty symmetrical, except for the doorknob. But I guess you can also cut it that way, and that can also be symmetrical. Let's see what else. I was thinking about something just now that was also asymmetrical while I was drawing the tree. I'm sure it'll come back later. And then like, because most of the objects we have are asymmetrical. For example, this mouse right here, it's pretty asymmetrical because cut it down this way, it's the same on both sides. And then we have other stuff which isn't asymmetrical. For example, this piece of clay, it's if I were to smush it, it's no longer symmetrical, and now it's asymmetrical, because yeah. And also a good way to know this is usually when a word has a at the beginning, it means not. So that would be like not, because like symmetrical, and then like right here it says symmetrical, but then it just has the a at the beginning, so it's like it's not symmetrical. There's a lot of things that are not symmetrical. For example, this right here, where I keep all my art stuff. As you can see, it has a bag over here. It has no bag over here. The pencils aren't exactly, so, and if you were to cut it right here, it wouldn't be the same on both sides, and that's pretty much it. That is really the difference between symmetrical and asymmetrical. So yeah, to sum it all up, what symmetrical and asymmetrical is: basically symmetrical, you cut in half; asymmetrical, you cut in half, and they're not equal on both sides. But symmetrical is equal on both sides. It doesn't have to be a vertical line. It can also be a horizontal line. Basically, if they're the same, that's symmetrical, and if it's not the same, that's asymmetrical. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Video up there, if you want to watch that. Subscribe up there if you want to watch that. If there's any other art stuff you want me to cover, comment down below. I might in the future end up making like one of those videos that some people make, where like, oh, this artwork's completely symmetrical and this artwork's completely asymmetrical, and might do that. Who knows? If y'all want that, comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time.